So that brings us to the end of phase 3, which is broaden your base. Get lots of decent, relevant links to your website from lots of different places. Major directories, industry directories, local directories, article marketing, competitor backlinks, forum interaction, and blog comments. Now, there are 3 different areas within phase 3, of course, which I'm recommending for you to actually continue doing every single week as part of your internet marketing strategy. First of all, week 17 onwards, article marketing. Week 19 onwards, forum interaction, and week 20 onwards, blog comments. So it's a case of actually just diarising what you've got to do each week. In total, it won't take you quite as much time as you think once you get used to it. You can do all this internet marketing in probably less than a day a week, if you're using outsourcing as well, if you're managing your time effectively. So it is important to do some of this stuff every day, every week rather. You can do it every day if you want, but as long as if you're doing this kind of, you're doing your blog communities, you're doing your press releases, you're doing your pay-per-click, your article marketing, your forum interaction, your blog comments, if you can do them once a week, it really will have a massively positive impact on your internet marketing. And once you get used to it, it's not as bad as you think. So that's for phase 3, broaden your base. Does anyone have any comments about phase 3 there? Can I just pass it? That's great, thank you.
I was just wondering, what's the difference really between press releases and article marketing? Because there's certainly a cost difference, but they look like they're going to the same places.
Press releases, you're targeting more conventional publications where you do have journalists as such. So you're actually telling them, about what you're doing as a company. Article marketing, you're simply offering superb free content that anyone can reprint, and you're not targeting journalists. So it's mainly the audience that you're targeting. So with our article marketing, you're targeting the end consumer. With press releases, you're targeting the person that will deliver your story to the end consumer. So you're actually trying to get the person in between to actually market your story further.
So really, if you're doing the press releases, it's got to be something that's relevant at the time in the sort of global landscape, because otherwise journalists aren't going to publish it, are they?
Absolutely.
So there's no point in forking out the whatever amount for it if it's not relevant.
Yes. It's good to actually research online to see if you can find events that have happened in history that you can perhaps tie your story in with, to say that you're celebrating this event to coincide with this, and have some kind of story to coincide with your press release, But it's a classic case of if you can just do enough research, you will find something to tie it in with, so it will be of value. But whatever press release you actually submit, if you do use the basic PR package from prweb.com for $80, you still will get your press release to actually be featured in Google News, Yahoo News, and you'll get people subscribing to your release. So as long as it's reasonable quality, it may be worthwhile doing. So it's important to do that testing of actually, how successful it is. Make sure you get your title of your press release and your Google alert to see which publications are republishing it. But the main differences are, your journalists and your end users are your 2 different focuses of who you're targeting at.
Thanks.
Oh, nice. Any other people raring to ask questions about... Yeah, sure. Sir.
You've mentioned quite a lot of different techniques there, and obviously it's going to be different for different industries and different websites. But are there any that really stand out as really worthwhile doing, and that you'd pick from that list as your sort of number ones?
To be honest with you, the number ones completely depends on the industry that you're actually involved with. And also it depends on the amount of groundwork that you do in order to determine what's relevant for you. I can't honestly say, this is absolutely the best thing to do. It's essential to begin with the structure to get your website right, so you've got your conversion rates right. But ideally, what you want to be doing is actually following this plan, and then at the end of it, just doing a little bit of each. And even if you spend an hour on each segment, what you can do is you can analyse the effectiveness of different areas and actually think, well, yeah, I did get so many visitors from this, so I'm going to focus more of my internet marketing on this particular area. But I've tried to structure the 26-week plan in a manner that it gives a great broad base of market research as well as internet marketing traffic. So you can actually establish more for yourselves at the end of it. Well, yeah, this did work particularly well for me, so I'm going to focus more of my activity on this area. But at least you've got that broad base which mimics nature more, again, for search engines. The thing is, from the beginning, if you just focus on one area, it doesn't look very natural to search engines to say, look, he's got hundreds of links in that particular sector to your website, but you don't have any links from social bookmarking services. No one's marking your website as favourites, so no one's actually, you aren't listed in any directories either, so you're obviously maybe artificially raising your rankings a little bit. So the best long-term approach is to try and do a little bit of everything and then maybe analyse where you are and then move on from there.